everybody. We are Go Joy. I'm Martina Glasgow, a co-founder of Go Joy Learning.
Joy Hall.
And we wanted to do these live videos to kind of start a little weekly recap where we talk about real issues that real teachers face on a regular basis, because we are both still in the classroom as we are starting our brand. And we also wanted to just share some fun anecdotes of some of the crazy stuff our kids say to us, because we work with elementary school students and they are so funny sometimes, especially her kids. My kids are a little bit more calm and chill, but her kids are really funny. So we're going to get into some of that as well. So today's topic we wanted to talk about was teacher burnout. It is very real, especially right now. I feel like we're getting to kind of the end of the semester where we are just ready for Thanksgiving break. We ready for a break, the kids ready for a break.
Okay.
And we just feeling burnt out. So we're going to try to talk today about some of the ways that we try to fight burnout, what that looks like, how to know when you're getting to a place of, I need a break. So let's get into that first, and then we're going to talk about some of these. I can't believe this kid just said this to me. When I'm feeling burnt out. So the number one sign for me that I'm feeling burnt out is when I am there physically present in the classroom, but I'm just not mentally there. I'm kind of on autopilot, just going through the motions. That's really how I know that I'm feeling burnt out. I am someone, I like to be engaged when I'm, in front of kids especially. I don't like to be on my phone. I'm just very much, I like to be here with y'all. But if ever I'm just kind of like, I don't care, I'm just here, then I know I need a break. It's time for a break. So I think one of the first things that I like to do or try to do to combat feeling burnt out is writing gratitudes. And this is something that I learned from being in therapy and working with my therapist, is taking some time either in the morning or in the evening and writing down at least 3 things that I am grateful for in my life. It can be work related or not work related, but I try to write not only what I'm grateful for, but the reason why. So I always use that sentence starter. I'm grateful for blank because. I feel like adding that because really kind of grounds me in how I want to move forward and why these things are so important to me. I feel like if I were to just say, oh, I'm grateful that I woke up this morning, it wouldn't be as meaningful to me as if it's like, I'm grateful that I woke up because I get to do the things that I love to do, or because I get to engage with kids. So I feel like really honing in on that why is important for me. What about you? What do you do?
Well, another sign of burnout for me is my countdown. Like counting down to the weekend. When I know that I'm counting down to the weekend, I know that is another red flag for me, because I'm not a person that really like rush to simple things. Like I count down to the weekend when I don't even have weekend plans. Like I would rather count down if I had like plans, like a trip or some type of celebratory activity. But if I'm counting down just to be counting down because it's about to be Friday, I know that I'm doing too much and I'm running on fumes. Another way that I feel like when I notice, like, because right now I am counting down, we have 10 days, okay, y'all?
Right. The Friday Junior, Friday Junior, Junior, Friday Junior, Junior, Junior.
Until Thanksgiving break. And so I know that I am at the peak of burnout. And so one of the things that I've started combating that feeling right now is that I try to do all things that I enjoy. And one of the things that I do enjoy is I like to journal. If I'm able to express myself in written word, that really takes a big chunk of like anxiety off of me, just being able to write it down. Like whether I'm willing to express that to someone else or not, if I can just express it to my pen and paper, it does it for me.
Yeah, kind of helps you feel grounded and that time to reflect.
Yeah, it give me the space and the place to acknowledge how I'm feeling. I get to respect how I feel, give myself the grace and the space to just grow in how I feel, because feelings change, and just for me to be able to express how I feel in that moment, it gives me power. Not only to just know like this is how I feel, and also to just come up with some type of plan or resolution to get through those feelings, because like I said, feelings change, and I may not feel that way 5 minutes, 5 hours, however the case may be. I know that it's just that time. So being able to acknowledge it and plan an action step after those feelings.
Yeah. I think that's a good point. I like the journaling. I feel like that could work for a lot of different people who like to write. When I do my gratitudes, I don't write them in a notebook. I type them up on my phone. But having that record, like all of my gratitudes in one note and being able to read back through those makes a big difference. So I do like that. It's kind of like my little mini journal on my phone. I like that. I also do kind of notice myself counting down more as well, but I kind of use it as more of a way to keep me motivated. I try not to count down to the weekend, right? Because that is a red flag that I'm feeling burned out, right? I feel like when I do get to that place, it's like, okay, now I'm done and I'm through for real. But I do like to give myself a countdown for something to look forward to. So another thing that I like to do to help me fight burnout is try to plan a little mini break for myself, like in the middle of the semester. So if anybody knows me, y'all know I have a big family. I have 5 brothers, 3 sisters, 3 amazing parents, and I feel like I'm kind of finishing up what I call birthday season. So there's a lot of people in my life and they kind of have birthdays clustered together. And so that's a perfect excuse or, just opportunity for me to plan a trip to go see somebody or, take a few extra days off to kind of really relax and just do something fun that I enjoy. And that's something that I like to plan way in advance so that I have it to look forward to. So I just recently went to California to celebrate my mom and surprise her for her birthday, and that was like a nice break for me. I took 2 extra days off on a week after a weekend, and it was just kind of like, okay, if I can get to this point, this kind of midway point in the semester, then I can, continue looking forward to the next thing. So giving yourself like little mini things to look forward to, be it on the weekend or like a trip or something coming up, just some things outside of work to keep your spirits high, something you can look forward to. I think that really helps me a lot.
I like that, because listen, y'all, when I say who got the freaker flyer miles, she got them, okay?
I do be gone, I do be out. In the summertime, I feel like I barely live here.
Cause where's she at? Because I gotta text her, I gotta call her. Because where's she at? Because I don't know.
They so spread out. But nonetheless, give yourself something to look forward to is the take home there. What else?
And for me, I am more of a stationary, solitary confinement type of person. So I do like to take trips, but it's like it takes a lot for me to take a trip. Like I need time before the trip to prepare physically and mentally, and I need time after the trip to prepare physically and mentally. So during my semester, I don't have the leisure because I'm gonna need about 4 work days off. However, what I like to do is I take mental vacations. I like to look back on my previous pictures. Like, I love a good photo. I love a photo album. I just believe, capturing a moment. Like, I am very much so present in all the things that I do. But in the same token, I do like to capture, the moment. So I am the person to be like, oh, take a picture. I love to capture the moment. So that when I can't catch a flight, I can reflect back on my pictures and on my memories. And I can mentally take myself back to the place and to the times where I felt, the most happy and being around, my loved ones and just really doing things that I enjoy.
Yes. I feel like that's a really big area for growth for me. And I like that you kind of balance that out when we go and do things where I'm just kind of like, it literally does not even cross my mind to take no pictures until Joy's like, let's take a picture. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, let's take a picture. And then they always be super cute. Cause she got the angles, the editing, it's always real cute. But I'm just like, I would have just kept going, and I don't know. It just never crosses my mind. But I do like that. I do like the taking pictures, and then it's nice to look back on yourself when you're looking cute, or when you're feeling like you're not your best self. Looking back at some of your cute pictures to be like, and you really did that with your makeup, and you really put that outfit together.
Yes,
it makes you feel better.
Make the pieces hit. When I can't catch a flight, I just look at. The times when.
When you could. I love it. All right. What's my number one? I feel like if I had to have my number one thing that I do to really combat burnout, I feel like it's protecting my time. I feel like that's something that is non-negotiable for me. And I had to learn that after my first year of teaching, because I feel like my first year of teaching, I was very much the one home cutting stuff out late at night, making little task boxes and stuff. printing stuff out on my own ink and my own printer. Second year, that's in the middle of the year, I started my master's program, and I had to really be like, we need to protect it. We need to have some cut off time.
Boundaries.
Some real boundaries of I cannot work after this certain time. I cannot work before this certain time. I'm not working on the weekends. Even like during work, when I'm at work, is very much I'm not talking to you on my lunch break. I can't have this meeting. I can't have this conversation on my lunch. I feel like I understand that, there's this pressure with teachers to, we have a lot to do in a day, and it feels like there's never enough time. And I understand that, we want to make time to collaborate and try to get ahead of the
planning.
game. And all of that is, great, but there does need to be some time during your day where you can just decompress. Because I feel like when I am just go all day, I get home and I'm just
have nothing left.
I'm dead to the world, and I feel like that's not an opportunity. I don't have time to do things that I enjoy. I don't have time to, watch TV or do a puzzle. I like to do different things, and now
How we gonna do Go Joy?
I'm too tired. How am I run a business?
How?
If I'm exhausted after work, so I really feel like I gotta protect my time. I feel like that's my number one way to combat burnout. Whatever little pockets of time you can carve out for yourself, that's gotta be sacred. Just like I wouldn't let you come in and have a meeting in the middle of my class, I'm not going to let you come in and have a meeting during my lunch period. That time for my kids is sacred, and that time for me is sacred. You're going to need to schedule it in advance so that we can plan around it. But I feel like that's my number one. You got to protect your time.
Okay, I didn't prioritize my my combat burnout. However, another thing that I do to combat my burnout is I love music. That's one of my outlets. I like to play music, and I like to get my aromatherapy. I like to either do a candle warmer, a diffuser, air diffuser, burn a candle, whatever the case may be. I just want the smell to change, the scent to change in my space, and I like to create a vibe. Now, my vibe, it varies. I have
3 really tips and tricks for combating teacher burnout. For me, it's the writing my gratitudes, giving myself something to look forward to outside of work, and then definitely protecting my time. Got to protect my time.
It's the boundaries for me.
Yes.
I like to have written word. I like to journal, and I also like to play my music. And I, protecting my peace and creating those boundaries.
Segment. In addition to doing our topics, we are going to talk about and share some of the things our children share with us and say to us. Because I feel like kids, they say the darndest things.
Wasn't that a show?
Because I couldn't even get it out.
It was. Because they say them, okay? And listen, y'all, not to toot my own horn, but I create a space and a place to where everybody is comfortable to say what they want to say.
Plays with her kids quite a lot. They are mini her. They are little Joy Halls. And something that one of my kids said, and it wasn't even directly to me, but I couldn't hold in my laugh. He was talking to my teammate. She and I share a classroom together, and he was talking about how she just took some days off to get married recently. Where she was saying, I just had a wedding and I took some days off and so on and so forth. And he was like, "What? You told me that it was your mom getting married." And she was like, "No, I definitely said it was me getting married." He was like, "Miss, you're losing your mind. You definitely told me it was your mom getting married." And I just could not hold myself.
Your mind.
I could not hold myself together. I said, "Not losing her mind." And I was just like, that sometimes teachers do. We do lose our mind. Y'all drive us crazy.
No direct question. Okay, no direct questioning, because the answer you will receive, just catch it like a wall. Okay.
Yeah.
It was a time where I had another adult come into my classroom and do a 0 to 1 voice level. 0 is quiet. A level 1 is like a whisper. So when I do have other people come in and talk to me, my students know you can talk at a 1. That's the max though. Like, talk at a whisper, and that's the people at your table. However, my students, like I said, I create this wonderful space so they're free to be them. And if you know me, you know. What is a 1 and a 0? Dre don't know that. Okay, I'm at 10s. And so they was up the octave. They was 8 and 9. And so at that point, I'm getting a little... Oh, hold on. I'm like, excuse me. 1 second. Friends, cousins, because I call them my friends and my cousins because that's what we are. My cousins. What y'all not understanding? They're like, what you mean, Miss Hall? I said, what are you not understanding? The be or the quiet? Because I told them to be quiet while I talk to the adult. Like I did let them know at the beginning. And so they're like, what? I said, first of all, don't say what to me. But that's neither here nor there. I said, be quiet. What y'all not understanding? So I go back and talk to the adult. Like, okay, so what you saying? Do what? And one of my students said, Miss Hall, excuse me. I have a question. So I said, yes, what's your question? When you ask what we're not understanding, the be or the quiet, it's the be for me. Y'all, when I tell y'all.
And that's her to a T, because I feel like she would have given that same response in the classroom setting.
When I tell y'all, when my students said it's the be for me, I couldn't do nothing but laugh. Like, I had to just turn my back and just crack up. Me and the other dog, she looked at me like, Miss Hardy, and I looked at her like, it was the B. It's not the quiet what you stuck on. It's the B. Like, what? And what is the B? And for me, how do I explain B? What is the B? Because I'm focused on the quiet. Oh and she said, I can't get past the B.
Because what does that mean?
So yeah, my kids, they play all day.
Many of you. I love it. And I feel like that happens so many times where you look at your kids will do something or they say something, you're like, and you know what? And they learned that from me. They got that from me, and I wish that they had not. I feel like I had a situation this week actually where it was another student. I don't know what it is about the boys, but the boys be really playing around. But it was a different young boy, and we were having a small group at the back table in the classroom because I do inclusion. So the general education teacher, she was teaching a group, and I had a group, and there was some kids working independently. But in our small group, I, had the kids that need quite a bit of redirecting, and so they get chatty, they get kind of fidgety, moving around. And my go-to whenever kids are interrupting my lesson with talking and fidgeting is it's the I'll wait. I am one of those teachers that'll hit you with an I'll wait because what y'all talking about is clearly more important than learning. So I will hit you with the I'll wait.
This is me waiting. I grab my coffee.
And I sit back and I put my hands on the table while the kids were getting fidgety, talking, and as I opened my mouth to say the words, he said, and she gonna wait, and I was like, and when I tell y'all my mouth was open to get the words out, he looked dead at me and was like, and she gonna wait, and then the other kids at the table were like, oh my goodness, she gonna wait, y'all, we need to stop talking, and they gathered and collected themselves and refocused themselves. And I was just like, I tried to hang on to my attitude. I really tried to hang on to being irritated that they was interrupting, but I was like, and let's continue, because I'm glad that they were able to gather themselves. And I was like, no, he didn't open his mouth to say exactly what I was about to say. I don't know how I feel about it. The mini me's, not the she'll wait,
because that's what she gonna do. And speaking of the mini me's, like my students, they really attach themselves to our routines and procedures. Like, let me miss a beat because they gonna call me out.
They gonna let you know.
It was one morning. It was like during our morning routine, we were having announcements, we doing prep. Our day is rolling, okay? It's rocking and rolling. I'm in the groove of it. I'm feeling like, yeah, we getting it. And then once it was like, but Miss Hall, we didn't affirm ourselves.
I love that.
I said, and you are right.
Because we need to stop and do our affirmations.
And we did not do our morning affirmations. And let us take a pause for the cause because they already know. So I said, let's take a what? They said a pause for the cause. And we take a pause for the cause. And we had to get into our affirmations because we started our whole daily routine and we did not uplift and affirm ourselves. And that was one of the points in my day where I was really proud to know, like, you know what? They take affirmation seriously. Yes. They want to be uplifted and encouraged, not only by themselves, but by, each other collectively. Mm-hmm. And I had to just stop my lesson no matter where I was at. No matter what minutes was being lost. I needed to affirm us because they acknowledged that we didn't do it and we needed to do it.
Yes, I like that. I like that they went back and was like, wait a minute, we skipped the whole step, a crucial step, because that affirmation, it is crucial. Okay. I love that. I love it.
It got me, y'all. It got. I was like, Listen,
Oh my
let's
goodness.
go. Because we going to do it, okay?
I love it. Kids really do. They care. They take an interest in caring about you and caring about each other. I think another one that I want to share is, was it this year? This had to be last year, actually, not this year. But it was a moment that stuck with me because I was like, I don't know how to feel about this all the way because I feel like you trying to play me, but also are you genuinely concerned?
What they say?
But I had a student, and you guessed it, another boy. He said to me, he was like, it always starts off the same. Miss, are you a mom? It's always the beginning. Miss, are you a mom? And no, I'm not a mom. And he go, oh, okay. Are you married? And no, I'm not married. Oh, he was like, okay. He was like, well, do you live at home with your mom and your dad? I was like, no, I'm a grown up. I live with my friend. I have a roommate. We live together. He was like, oh, you're not a mom. You don't have no husband. You don't live with your parents. Are you lonely? And I was like, I said, lonely? No, I live with my friend. I see my family all the time. I go out, and I do things. And I was like, I'm not lonely. It was like, but you sure you're not lonely? And I was like, okay, now you're making me feel, am I lonely? I'm questioning my whole life, my whole existence now. Are you trying to play me? Are you genuinely concerned about me? I don't know. But no, I'm not lonely. I'm very happy. But I was just like, the thought, he really broke it down and had to make sure he checked all the boxes. No kid, no husband, no parents. She by herself in this world. Is she
lonely? Yes.
And I was just like, okay, I don't know how to feel about this all the way. But that's going to forever stick with me.
And you want to know what stuck with me? Like you say, the boys get you. It's my girls. My girls get me time after time, year after year. Now, this was a couple of years ago, y'all. I had a 5-year-old, a kindergartner. So be clear on who I'm talking about and what I'm talking about. Speaking on the lonely tip.
Oh, my goodness.
She hit me with the smooth, do you have any kids? No, ma'am, I don't. Not yet. I hit her with the kids. I have a growth mindset. I said, not yet. She said, I know you ain't had no kids. And now I'm clutching for her. Tell me more. Explain. She's like, well, you ain't got no man because you don't got no kids.
Oh, my.
I said, what? She said, look at your hand. And I said, hand. And I looked at it.
Is what she's saying.
And she said, and that's how you know you ain't got no man and you ain't got no kids. And what in your 5-year-old life?
Oh, my goodness.
Told you I don't have a man, don't have any kids. She said, because you don't have a ring on.
Because he ain't like it enough to put a ring on it. And you ain't got no kids, clearly.
And I said, I don't have any kids.
And that's all.
And I left it at that because I had nothing else to say.
And let's continue. When I reflect on those moments with the kids, no matter how burnt out I'm feeling, no matter how tired I'm feeling, those moments just really, they still, to this day, make me laugh. Make me chuckle. It's real. I feel like I'm going to remember that are you lonely? Forever. Because the genuine concern was just, are you lonely? But, oh my goodness, I love our kids.
It gives me the why. It gives me
It reminds you of, not why I started teaching. I feel like that's another story in and of itself. Maybe another video, another day. But why I continue teaching was those moments like that with the kids. Really, when I first started off just doing tutoring, just seeing the growth that they make with their reading and how proud and confident they become in themselves, but also just how comfortable they get with you to, share their life, be their whole self, joke around. I feel like those moments really ground me back into, okay, and this is why I'm still in the classroom, why I still show up and wake up at 4:45 every morning. So that way I can go in here centered, calm, and have these beautiful moments with these kids that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. So, as we're thinking about how I'm going to get through the rest of the semester, how I'm going to get through the rest of the year.
It's the 10 days for me.
We just got to get through the 10 days and just hold those things in your mind. I'm going to take care of myself, and I'm going to try to have as many positive moments with the kids as possible. Because I feel like that's my why. When I think about why I continue teaching, is to continue having those positive moments with the kids and to continue seeing how excited they are when they learn something new. I love it.
Yes, for me just to piggyback on it, that's something that also keeps me going because, I know you ain't got no man because you ain't got no kids. When I'm at my most burnt out moment, that would never not bring a smile to my face. Oh my God. Like, even when I'm laid up with my man and with my kids, that's going to crack me up because a 5-year-old tried to read me, y'all.
She did.
And all I wanted her to do was to learn how to read.
Listen.
And she did.
She said, you told me how to go from left to right, top to bottom, and that's how she raised you, left to right, top to bottom, because you ain't got no man with no kids.
And when she got to reading, okay, it was a glory for me. It was a glory for her too. Yeah. And just to keep that in mind, like, you know, when I think of my burnout, I just think of, you know, each day is a new opportunity and it's a new lesson to learn, whether I'm learning or they're learning. As long as we're learning and growing together, that's what's most important to me. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow morning because I know we're going to be learning. And most importantly, we're going to be growing. Yes,
having some good moments. I love it. Nice. So we want to hear from you guys. What do you do? Even if you're not a teacher, even if you do a different kind of profession, what do you do? How do you know when you're feeling burnt out? And what do you do to combat your burnout? Leave it in the comments. Send us a DM. Whatever you feel on your spirit to connect with us. Share how are you combating your burnout. And we kind of want to help you guys combat some burnout, right? We want to engage with the people who trust us and who love us and support us in our vision and our mission. So we are going to give a gift card, a self-care gift card to one lucky person. What they got to do?
It could be you, okay? First of all, you have to tag 5 parents.
Parents, people with kids.
Yes, that's the parents.
Because that's what we about. We about the kids.
Because we trying to serve them and grow them. You have to tag 5 parents under our post. You have to repost our
The post.
The post. The purse. I want a purse. I don't know. It's about to be Christmas. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
But you have to retag our post. Tag 5 parents. Repost our post. And
make sure you are subscribed to us and following us. Whatever.
On all social media platforms.
Yes, make sure you are following and subscribe to us. And
we have a YouTube, we have an Instagram, and we have a Facebook.
Yes, so look for us on all of those at Go Joy Learning. Make sure you are subscribed, following, whatever. Tag those people, and you can enter into getting a gift card, a self-care gift card. And if you don't win the gift card, that's okay, because we got a little something for everybody. If you just are following us and you share this post, you will be receiving a digital resource with some goodies, maybe some coupons in there. So just, be on the lookout for that in your DMs or in your emails if we have it on our file. You'll get a digital resource just for watching and sharing this post.
And I just want to leave you all with another thing. One of the things that also keep me uplifted and prevents my burnout is reading quotes. Ooh. I love affirming myself, my students, everybody come in contact with me. Mm-hmm. And I love, really great quotes. So I don't know if you all have been paying attention, but I've been sipping on my tea mug. Yes. And the quote that's on my tea mug, it says, "She believed she could, so she did." Okay? And that's what we doing.
And that's how we're going to end it.
Because we doing. We did, we saw, we conquered.